Hey Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and today I have another fun project to share with you from my 12 Weeks of Christmas series. This week I'm going to be showing you how to make a rosette. Each week from now until Christmas I'll be sharing a project idea, recipe, or time-saving tip for the holidays. Today's project is a rosette that you can use to decorate gift bags, cards, or even create an ornament to hang from the tree this year. Let's get started and I'll show you how to create this rosette project. The first thing you're going to need is a piece of designer paper that is cut at 1.5 inches by 11 inches. And this paper is from the Be Merry designer paper from the annual catalog. It is not the holiday catalog, but from the annual catalog. And I'm going to take my scoreboard, and on the long side we're going to score 1/4 inch all the way down this piece of paper. You don't want to press too hard or you will rip through the designer paper, but you want to press hard enough that when we're folding it accordion style, it will fold very well. And I have gone ahead and scored the rest of the page so that you, or the piece here, so that you didn't have to watch me do that on camera. So what you need to do is fold accordion style. So you're going to go down with one piece and just keep folding back and forth. It's not important to get a good crease here because at the end we'll squeeze it tight and get a good crease on all of it before we adhere it together. So just keep folding it back and forth until we're all finished. Now, if you can't hold all of the piece of paper in your hand because it's getting to be too much for you to hold, you can actually let that part go and just hold on to this crease here, but make sure that you continue folding in the same pattern that you were before. Otherwise your rosette, that part of it will be upside down. Almost done. This is a good project for kids to do too. They like making Christmas projects and helping to decorate gifts, and I think this is pretty fun and easy for them. So once you have that done, you do need to fold it all back up accordion style. And you want to give it a little bit of a squeeze just to make sure that the creases are nice and tight. The next thing that you're going to do is take a piece of tear and tape, and on one end of it, just on the end piece, put your tear tape on there. And the tear tape is a little bit longer than the 1/4 inch of the fold. But all you need to do is take your finger and fold that extra tape up on there on itself. Now you want to bring it over to the other side and bring those two pieces together. And then just make sure that they're very secure there, and kind of give them a little fold back up so they fit back in the loop. So this is what you're left with. Now the next thing you need to do is to make it flat. So you can either kind of do it in your hands. Sometimes it is a little tricky. Just, you want to bring everything to the center, and as it starts coming it will all go together. So I can do that one more time for you. Sometimes it's easier to put it on the table to kind of manipulate it, but then for others it might work better just kind of creasing these together here in the center, bringing them together, then bringing them down on the table. So this is what you're going to end up with. So all of your folds should be nice and neat there. So then what you want to do is take a little bit of hot glue, and I would advise putting it on like a silicone mat so it doesn't stick to your project or your counters or anything else, and just put a little hot glue right in the middle there. And I'm not going to do that today because it does take a few minutes for this to dry. So normally I would hold this in place for a few minutes, and then I might put something heavy on it like a punch. You wouldn't want to put anything paper because it might stick to that hot glue and rip the paper off your other projects. So we'll put this one aside. And I already made one that is already glued up and ready to go. So I'm using the Starburst punch, and I'm going to punch a starburst out. And then I'm also going to use the 1 3/4 inch circle punch. You could also use the layering circles and punch a circle out. And I'm using the Hearts Come Home at Christmas stamp set from the holiday catalog. I'm also using Real Red ink and Garden Green ink. And the first image I want is the Merry and Bright image. So I'm going to stamp that right on there, Merry and Bright with the Real Red. You could also use Cherry Cobbler. That's actually the color in the paper, but I like the look of the Real Red. And then I want to just add 2 little Christmas trees down here below. With the Garden Green. And this piece is going to be adhered right to the Starburst piece. So we'll put a little bit of Fast Fuse or Snail on there and attach those together. Now for this piece, because this has so many bumps, I like to use the dimensionals. It just helps it to attach to some of the different areas instead of if you were to put adhesive right in the middle, it might not find an area to grab onto. And then we'll just stick it down there really well. Now, if you wanted to make this into an ornament like I did this one, I did add a little bow at the top, and this one you could also do that. For the back of this one, I did take a piece of the 1/8 inch red ribbon from the holiday catalog. I folded it in half and tied a knot, and then I put a little dot of hot glue and put it in there between one of the folds. And then on this one, I used the Year of Cheer designer specialty paper from the holiday catalog, and you can see it's very shiny. The colors in that stack of paper are copper, gold, and silver foil paper, so it makes really sparkly Christmas decorations. I also used some of the foil snowflakes, and then I used gold foil paper. And then on this right here, I'm not sure if you can see, but I did heat emboss that part with gold embossing powder. And then this is just another one that I made using regular cardstock instead of the designer paper. And then the last project I have to show you is I put it on top of one of our mini pizza boxes. These are food grade inside, so you could put some homemade fudge or candies, a piece of coffee cake in there to give to a friend or a neighbor at the holiday time. So these are the projects, and if you would like to see more of the 12 Days of Christmas, you can visit my blog. And if you like this project, I hope that you will click like down below and visit my blog at stampitwithdebbie.blogspot.com for more project ideas. Thank you for watching this video, and happy stamping.